Okay, so today we're going to look at adding fractions. So I had 1/5 plus 1/5. What does that equal? So we can draw it out to help us. Okay, it's split up into 5 parts. And this one split up into 5 parts because 5 is our denominator. We've got 1 part here and we've got 1 part here. Now, because they've got the same denominator, each part is the same size. So our denominator stays the same. Okay, it's fifths. And we've got 1 part here and 1 part here. So together we've got 2 parts. So 1/5 plus 1/5 is 2/5. Same can be said if you do 3/10 plus 4/10 equals. Okay, so you can draw it out to help you. So I need to split it up into 10 parts. Again, split it up into 10 parts because 10 is now our denominator. For this one, I've got 3 parts, and for this one, I've got 4 parts. So together, if I was to put them all together, okay, because they're the same size parts, I've got 1, 2, 3, plus the 4. So together I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts out of the 10 in total. So 3/10 plus 4/10 is 7/10. However, what about if the denominators are different? For example, we had 1/3 plus 1/4. So if we draw that out, okay, we split it up into 3 and we draw it out here. Okay, but we split it up into 4. You can see that the pieces aren't the same size. So therefore we need to make it so that each piece is the same size. So we need to find a common denominator. That means we need to find a multiple of 3 and 4. Okay, so the lowest multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. So we put them both over 12. So how do we get from 3 to 12? Well, we multiply by 4. So what we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. So it's 1 times 4. From 4 to 12, we multiplied by 3. So what we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. So it's 1 times 3. And then just like we did earlier, because the denominators are the same, we know the parts are the same size. So it must be over 12. And we've got 4 parts plus another 3 parts, which makes 7 parts altogether. Okay, so another one for you. 3/4 plus 1/6. Let's have a go. Pause the video. Okay, so we can see that our denominators aren't the same size. So we need to find a common multiple. So which number does 4 and 6 go into? Okay, so we could do 4 times 6, that's 24. But is that the lowest number they both go into? I think it's 12. Both go into 12. 12 is in both the 4 and the 6 times table. So how did we get from 4 to 12? So we multiply by 3. So we multiply the top by 3 to give us 9. To get from 6 to 12, we multiply by 2. So we multiply the top by 2 and we get 2. So we've now got the same denominator, so the same size parts. So it's 12. And we add the top together because we've got 9 parts here, 2 parts there. So together we've got 11 parts.